Central Tazewell County, northeastern Mason County, southwestern.
I was riding home with a few friends from a good friend's bachelor party down in Kentucky, and I had some pretty intense pain in my right side, especially in the back. Got home, it was Sunday evening, ate dinner, went to bed, woke up Monday, came to the office. Pain kind of ebbed and flowed throughout the course of the day, but never really went away. Got through what I had to get through here, went home. Ashton came home later and found me curled up in the fetal position on the bed.
I was actually really more worried that he might have appendicitis, so of course I made him go to the hospital.
At that point in time, I was fine with it because I was in pretty bad pain. Did the CT, came back with the results, found at least 1 or 2 kidney stones.
And that's when they came back and had told us that they actually found a mass on his kidney.
This issue right here is bigger.
It was pretty late, teetering on morning. She called me back and said, hey, he's got a mass in his kidney. And I said, what do you need me to do? I need you to ask Dr. Kumar if he can see Connor in the next couple days. Done. Can he be seen tomorrow? I was like, yeah, he can.
I recall the details quite well. I had the privilege of working with Ashton, Mrs. Todd. Now, young guy, super healthy. Anybody who's seen Connor, I mean, you can tell he's like Mr. Superman himself.
When the pathology came back, it was a neuroendocrine primary of the kidney. So he kept saying, that can't be right. That can't be right.
And I think by that time, to the best of my knowledge, there had only been something like 50, 60 reported cases. He was diagnosed 2 weeks before his 33rd birthday. They were thinking about having a kid.
We knew we wanted to grow a family. You know, life was good with the 2 of us and the dog, but definitely missing something. I had a little bit of concern about, you know, what happens if we have a kid and I'm not here a few years down the road.
Because it wasn't what we expected it was. It was cancer, but it was just something completely rare and different. Once Dr. Kumar kind of sat us down and went over the pathology with us and kind of showed us, you know, yes, it's a very rare cancer, but it's also very, very slow growing. You definitely could feel just the air kind of, it was definitely a turning point when we got that information.
And my attitude, I think, from that point on was just, you do what you got to do, and you address things as they need to be addressed, and you don't really stop.
And I don't really think there's anybody else we would have trusted. I think that's one of the best things about Illinois Cancer Care in general is that it truly is more of a community, you know, practice. We have our big clinics in Bloomington and Peoria, but we have these small community clinics that offer the opportunity for people like Connor to be able to go 5 minutes from their home and get the same care that you would in a bigger city.
What truly makes us wake up every day in the morning is this hope that we are doing the best we can for our patients. It's everybody. We are in this together. It should not be a lonely battle for anyone. This should be a journey for all of us.
There was a couple people that I went to college with that had renal cell carcinoma that I ended up talking to quite a bit as well throughout the process, and ended up kind of befriending a guy out in Pennsylvania who was going through it a couple months after I did. It's just been a nice community to have a few people that I can chat with about what are you going through, how are you feeling.
With Connor, he really is my best friend.
She let me know that obviously she's in it with me too, and was gonna do what she could on the family side, on the professional side, to make sure that everything was taken care of in the best way possible.
During everything, I really tried my best to keep an everyday routine going, especially when you're waiting, you know, for surgery or you're waiting for the next step. It's really hard to just come home and be normal. Even if they tell you, you know, it's all low risk this, low risk that, you're still thinking about those what ifs all the time.
This is a chapter in your life that you've got to deal with. It's not something that's going to define you. Don't let it define you.
There is a lot of hope in medicine now. Our patients are living longer. they're living better, they're living because of scientific progress.
So my aunt and uncle started Wider Financial basically in the 80s as insurance agents. I started working with her when I was 17. She and I have always had a pretty good relationship. Her and my uncle were basically my other set of parents when I was growing up, and he actually was an Illinois Cancer Cure patient too, and she's a widow now. She's been through a lot in life. Been a lot of family ties to ILCC in the last 20 years.
You can't sit around and think about it all the time because, we have a daughter now, and we have other things to do like garden with her and swim in the pool. I mean, he was just already in love from the minute he heard it that she was a girl.
It's holding her before I put her down in her crib for the night, and she kind of hugs you back and puts her head on her shoulder. And
he's probably the most amazing dad, other than my own, that I've ever witnessed. Every night before we go to bed, she'll usually only let me rock her to sleep, but he'll come over and give her a kiss and say, "I love you, I'm proud of you." That always gets me.
I'm driving 5 minutes over to get world-class care close to home. Life's totally different. This is part of my story now. Focus more on her and what I can do for her, and just making sure that she's taken care of and has everything that she needs.